Well, isn't it nice to see you back again? How are you? I'm feeling a bit sassy this morning. It's cold, it's raining, and the day I'm recording this is the same day that Jamaica is getting hit with Hurricane Melissa. So hopefully everything wasn't as devastating as they anticipated it to be. But at this point, as I say now, it's 2 weeks in the past, and I'm sure cleanup efforts are still going on. Prayers to all the families and everyone in Jamaica and who knows anyone in Jamaica or might have been stuck in Jamaica. It was a horrible thing. And I was watching it consistently for many, 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 many days and watching this thing climb up the list of the worst hurricanes. It made Katrina look like a summer breeze. That's how bad this thing was. Hopefully, none of my viewers out there were affected or had anyone that was affected. But y'all are still in my prayers because after a devastating storm like this, it takes a long time to recover, if ever, in certain areas. I have, as you saw in the thumbnail, a tower of boxes from SuperBuys. All different size orders, all different dates orders. And I have more from other shops and new shops that you've already seen prior to this. So I have to get these out of my house. I hope it's okay, right? Come on in. Come set a spell with me. I've got a nice hot cup of coffee. The weather is not my friend today, though I will say Miss Nala did go out in the sprinkle without any difficulties. Now, should it decide to start raining harder, I highly doubt I'll get her out the door. She's a true diva. What can I say? All right, let's open up this first box and see what we got. This was from a show on October 23rd, and I received it on October 27th. There's not a lot in it, but I think you're going to find some of the things in here a little interesting because they're a little bit different. I've got my manifests here. A page and an item. Not too awfully bad, but we're going to take a look at everything that's here and you let me know what you think. First thing I'm going to pull out of this box is a full-size Squishmallow. All right, come on. You know what this is from, right? You can say it. Yes, Beetlejuice. One of the favorite movies that Mom and I ever went to see when it came out was Beetlejuice. And we absolutely loved it. And my brother, Mark, who you've heard me talk about many times, he had that deep, gravelly voice like Michael Keaton did in the movie. And Mark dressed just like Beetlejuice. And OMG, he made the perfect duplicate. When I saw this, believe it or not, nobody else was bidding on this guy. This is a full-size Squishmallow. This is not one of those 8-inch ones. This is the bigger one. And he is big. He sells for $24.99. I got it for $6. I don't know if this one's going to go to Her Highness over there yet. When she's looking at me, she sees it. I can't hide these things from her, but this is very cool. Super soft. No pieces that a dog or a kid or anybody else can choke on. And oh, it got her attention, but guess what? She ain't getting it. It's going over there in the corner. But that was a great deal. Excuse me, not $6, $5. You can't even see what's on my list. I'm going to put my list up here where I can see it better. Okay, so $5 for that. Then we have a whole bunch of stuff It's all in one, tucked in one container, but it didn't come in that container. So let's take a look at what I got. For my baby girl, Arm & Hammer Itch Relief. This is with chamomile and peppermint. This itch relief, now, I didn't get a steal on this because this sells for $4.99 and I got it for $5. It's a break-even type of thing. But Arm & Hammer, as you know, has a great reputation for everything. My girl has, I don't know if it's from dry scalp, if it's from the weather that she was in Southern California or not, but she's constantly rolling and trying to scratch her back, and she's licking her paws. So I'm going to try this and see if this eliminates some of her itch. This worked very, very well for Sadie and Levi in the summer times back in New York when their scalp would get a little bit dry. So modifications to her diet, get a little bit of oils in there and try this. But it sells for just under $5 and I got it for $5. It's a good deal. I think it's a good deal. Okay. The next good deal that I think I got is this pack of hand and body lotion. This is an 8-pack. Now, typically this lotion sells for $6.99 for the 8-pack. I did get it for $6, little bit of a savings. All right. But there were a lot of people bidding for this. Why? Because this lotion, number one, has a really good reputation. And the lotion also, there's 8 different scents in this box. And these are not teeny tiny tubes. This is the size of the tube. They look like acrylic paint tubes. Any of you out there paint? This looks just like an acrylic paint tube, but so many different color, flavor. Geesh, Germany calls them flavors. I'm going to call them scents because that's what they are. So there's lavender. I'll show you all 8. This one is tea tree. Shea butter. I love shea butter. Anything shea butter. I love shea butter. Blueberry. That's different for a hand lotion, right? Lemon. Sweet orange. Strawberry body lotion. And the 8th one, I believe, is rose. Yep, this is rose body lotion. Each of these tubes is 1 fluid ounce. All these different. Now, this or these are going to get broken up and divided up into my Gibby boxes. And I will be finishing dividing up my Gibby boxes probably sometime later today. The only one I'm going to keep for myself is the shea butter. Everything else is going to go in the Gibby box. Excellent product. Absolutely love this particular product. Again, it sells for $6.99 and I picked it up for $6, but it was definitely worth it. This is made by REP America LLC in Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's going in the Give You box, guys. Okay, next item. Peek. Deodorant balls. These are great. I've had these before, and I paid a small fortune for them before. On average, in my local store, they're about $8 for the 6 of these. I got this for $5. And yes, the starting bid was $3. There was people bidding on them. It's kind of strange to watch because Every single one of these that Germany held up, the bidding stopped at $5. Nobody bid any more than $5. I think everybody knew what the value of these were and they weren't going crazy with them. But here's a good thing about these. You can take two of them and they're about the size of a ping pong ball. Put them down inside your shoes and leave them in your shoes for a couple hours and your shoes will freshen. You can put them in a drawer. I put them in the bottom of my laundry hamper. Yep. And I put one in the bottom of my trash can, not my big kitchen trash can, not inside the bag, under the bag, right? So that it keeps the trash can pretty much odor free, you know? And I will be tucking one of these somewhere discreetly near the dog bed for Her Highness. You don't want the dog to be getting these and chewing at them, but I will stick one in that area where she cannot get to it. These are great little things to have in the house. 6-pack, made by Clorox. The fragrance, fresh ocean breeze, and each one lasts up to 30 days. So this will last a long time. 6 months worth. Not bad. Okay. 2 more things in this particular box. Reese's peanut butter filled pretzels. Now, believe it or not, 7 pieces of these are only 130 calories. This is something I can have on my journey and not feel guilty about. Am I going to eat 7 pieces? Probably not, because I don't like the taste of a lot of salt, but I like that crunch and that combination. So I might only eat like 2 or 3 of these, which means I'm going to get minimal calories, minimal fat. What's it say? 6 grams of fat, 0 cholesterol. The sodium is low. It does have 17 carbs. It's got fiber, only 4 sugars, 4 grams of protein. For an unhealthy snack, this is not bad. Now, depending on where you shop, you can pay anywhere from $5 to $6 just for this 9-ounce bag, depending on the store. I got it for $6. So for me, it was like a break-even thing. But I thought I was bidding $4 because it was at $3 and the initial bid had sat there and there was only a couple seconds left. I said, okay, I could pick these up for $4. Well, obviously a lot of us had the same idea because a whole bunch of swipes came in and mine came in at the $6 mark. So I got it. I'm like, well, that's okay. That's a chance you take, guys. When you're bidding on an item that's popular, you do run the risk of a speed swipe coming in and your bid jumping from what you think might be $1 up higher. So the last thing I got in this particular box is this. This is a nice big, this is a 13 by 7 by 6 hinged storage box. Heavy plexi storage box. Smells like those Clorox. I'm going to have to wash it. This I got when Germany brought this out. I said, this is perfect. I have all those little packets of rice. I have little packets of grits. I have little packets of oatmeal. I've got little packets of little packets in my pantry, taking up an enormous amount of space. And I said, I need one thing to put them in. Perfect. Because I can see through this and I don't have to dig through it to know what's in it. So I'm going to clean this out today and I am going to organize my pantry even further by putting all my little packets of this, that, and the other thing into this. Now, this, believe it or not, sells for $19.99. on Amazon. And I picked it up for $5. 75% off. That's a really good deal. And how easy it's going to make things for me. Seriously. And guys, these are stackable. They do have a little ridge. So if you do get more than one, they will stack. They have on the bottom, this is like the grids that keeps them from sliding around when you do stack them. They're very, very solid. Yeah. You could put shoes in here. I could probably easily fit at least 3 pairs of flip-flops. You could fill this with socks. You could fill it with anything that you want to store on a closet shelf, like belts and things like that. I thought about getting another one of these for Nala's pajamas. But what I did instead is I took the skinny little shelf in my closet that had all my little belts in it. I put my belts elsewhere and I moved all of Nala's clothes. So Nala has her own drawer now. So this drawer gets to stay for my little pocket foods. That's a great deal. Okay, that's that particular order. Let's get in to the next box. And I'm not doing these in any particular order, guys. I'm just going down to what I called, when I chatted with Bree and Eunice this morning before recording this, I said, I have to go attack the leaning tower of SuperBuy boxes. This is from an order on October 21st, and I received this on October 25th. One item in here. Okay. I typically don't buy a lot of clothes from SuperBuy. I think the only clothing I ever got from myself from SuperBuy was a pair of shorts. Excuse me, I'm trying not to sneeze. It was a pair of shorts. And yeah, I don't remember getting anything else for me from SuperBuys. But when I saw this, now you got to remember, I'm born and raised New Yorker. I left New York at the height of COVID in 2020 after living there most of my life. I did travel when I was younger. I lived in South Carolina and Florida for a while. But I went back to New York, and that's where I had my home. All my houses that I owned, both houses I owned, were there. Then I moved to Arizona. I lived in Arizona for 4.5 years. Now I'm in my forever home in Alabama. But coming from New York, even though I'm not a label girl, you know certain designers. You ever watch QVC? Any of you out there ever watch QVC? Right. Have you heard of a designer called Marla Wynn? Wynn. She is a New York City designer. Her items are of such quality, they ain't cheap. What I'm about to show you has a retail value of $125. You ready? This is called a chunky drama cardigan. And it's got her tag in there. It's got the Wynn collection created by Marla Wynn. I did get it in an extra large because that's what Germany was showing. But when I get sweaters, because I layer, I wanted a size up. Instead of having a large, I wanted that extra size. This is an open front cardigan, no buttons, no ties, no loops. This puppy is heavy, guys. I got to tell you, this thing has some weight to it. Very heavy cardigan. It's got a drop shoulder and a drop sleeve. Look at that knit on this. Can you see how this heavy knit? It's slit on the sides so it doesn't bind you, even though it covers you. It's got 2 huge pockets on the front, real pockets with a mother of pearl button on each pocket. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Now, Germany noticed at the very end of the show that there's a dirt mark, a soil mark right here. All right, down on the bottom. Eunice tried to get that out, and it was a lot darker. It looked like it was mud, I'm not sure. But since this, I have treated it with Shout and washed this because this is washable. You don't have to dry clean it. This is 100% washable. It is made from, let's take a look here. Non-chlorine bleach, do not wring or twist. It is made from, come on, show me. 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. This thing is absolutely weighs a ton. This is one of those sweaters that when you have it on, the weight of it keeps you warm. And I could not have gotten this at a better time. It's right before fall. The sweater that I had been wearing for years is kind of like nasty, and it's time to, it's not even good enough to donate. It's more like I'm going to work in the yard kind of sweater. This is nice. Look at that. $125 sweater made by Marla Wynn, New York City high-end designer. And I got this sweater, ready? $4. You don't believe the price? Here's the QVC image. You can find this if you go to QVC or if you Google QVC Marla Wynn chunky cardigan, you will see this exact sweater. Marla, I believe, was wearing this color. One of the other QVC hosts had it in navy. Somebody else had it on in, I think, a burgundy color. $125 sweater for $4. This is the steal of my whatnot life. This is the biggest grab, even bigger than some of the high-end pocketbooks like the Nicole Lees and whatnot that you've seen me get. When I saw that tag come out, Germany showed that tag, I'm like, oh, I hope that's my size. And it was. That's it for that order, guys. Just that one thing. That was enough. They packed it in a cute little box. And this little box is what I'm going to be using for one of my whatnot gibbies. My subscriber gibbies. So I'm saving that box for that. I still can't get over that order, though. It's just so friggin' awesome, right? Hold on. I need a drink to celebrate. You can find these deals. The key is patience. When you go into a show, you have to be, number one, look at the thumbnail, see what the show is going to be about. This show was about women's clothing. Okay, I didn't know what was going to come out. I knew that I was looking for skirts. I was looking for a maxi skirt. In the wintertime, I love to wear maxi skirts. They're just very comfortable. They tend to keep me warmer without keeping me all bound up. And I just like the way a skirt, a floor length skirt or a ground length skirt feels when you're walking. That's the old hippie in me. But it's got to be a certain style maxi skirt or I won't wear it. So when you go in, you look at the thumbnail, you see what it's running. Is it something that you're interested in? Okay. You have to be patient and go in and sit and watch. When the SuperBuys is doing random polls, and that's important that you be aware. If they say, yeah, we're doing random Amazon and Walgreens, you can't ask, do you have this? Do you have that? Because they don't know what they have. What you can do is say, hey, I'm on the lookout for this, or I'm hoping you come across this, right? I let her know. I said, hey, I'm on the lookout for a sweater or a maxi skirt. And Germany acknowledged it. She looked around. She goes, okay, not yet, but I'll keep that in mind. As soon as this came out, she goes, Konnee, I got a sweater in your size. That's what you do when it's random pulls. But you have to have the patience of a saint, guys. You really do. You have to be able to sit and watch and wait and be patient. And if you're not seeing anything come up and you're not, you don't feel like sitting and waiting, then leave the show, right? But you won't be able to go back the next day and say, hey, did you find any of this or that when you were running clothes yesterday? Because guess what? Anything they don't sell, they throw it back into another Gaylord for another day. They're not going to necessarily remember what they did or didn't have or sold or didn't sell. So you kind of got to stick it out. That's how I get the deals. I get comfortable. I put my feet up. I make sure my phone charger is handy and I have my cup of coffee, right? And I just watch and I chat with the chat and I chat with Germany or Bree. We just interact and keep things lively. And before you know it, presto. It's worth it. Can you see now that it's worth it just by seeing the deals that I get, right? Yeah, I know you can tell. Okay. Third box, another little box. It's got some goodies in it though. All right, let's get this one out. Look, it's charisma. Yes, you've seen me get this before. But the charisma, they only had 2 left, and I managed to get one of them. But the charisma that I had gotten before, I gifted to Miss Gigi because Gigi took the time and spent 4 days with me on the road to go get Miss Nella. And I knew I had to thank her. She was looking to get one of these and they were out of them when she wanted it. And I said, she says, I'm trying to get the cat. And I sent her a picture. I said, is this the cat you're talking about? She says, yeah. I said, well, don't worry about it because you're getting this one. And I gave her the one that I had. So when I saw this come back up, I'm like, I have to get her. She sells for $12.99. This one, because of her rarity, I did pay $8 for, but she was worth every penny. I still got her cheaper. Her name is Charisma, and she's absolutely adorable. I especially love the headband. For those of you in my generation, you know about Rosie the Riveter, right? The picture of Rosie the Riveter doing that with the muscles, and she's got her hair up, tied up in a headband type scarf. This is my version of Rosie. So I now have a Charisma. Okay. That's not for the dog. No. She's laying like between me and the desk over there, staring at everything I pull out of this box, especially these squishies. Right? Now, this is just a squishy. It doesn't have a squeaky in it. This is a baby squishmallow. And let's see what this one's name is. It's got a tag on it. Let's see if I can get it off. This is Shelly. This is Shelly. And Shelly is a sherbert. Kind of like ice cream, right? She's Shelly the sherbert. She's an ice cream sundae. This size sells for $8.99. And I got Shelly for $3. And yes, she will go to the baby girl. Baby girl loves variety. She's like her mama. She has so many different squishies, which I don't know if you're counting. I lost count. She has these smaller ones. She has the medium-sized ones that like Charisma, and then she has the bigger ones. And she has her little lammy chops and a couple other things that are soft and squishy. She changes from toy to toy. It's just like she's rotating her own inventory. So she's getting Shelly. Little Sunday. Cute as a bug. Gotta go in the toy box for a later date. Okay. Now, this one's also a Squishmallow. This is Dave. Dave the Purple Bull. So many people were trying to get a hold of Dave. Again, $8.99 value, but Germany ran this on like flash, like 5 seconds. I got Dave for $4, so about half price. Dave is the cutest thing. And again, they're just squishmallows. No squeakies involved. Nothing that can hurt the animals. Nothing that, Nala does not rip her things apart. She simply suckles on them and does the making biscuits thing on them. So there's Dave. Dave is cute, right? Yeah, Dave is cute. Another good deal. Okay, yeah, this is a box of 4 to 5 things in here for the girl. Only Christmas for me. And the cow, this is Pollyanna. Miss Pollyanna. Pollyanna's the cow. Now, of course, if you have the bull, you have to have the cow. Pollyanna also sells for $8.99, and I got her also for $4. Isn't she cute? She can get the little black spot on her head. Different kind of horns, not quite so curly and pointy. If you look at his horns, you see the difference in the horns. Hers are rounded and soft, and his are like gonna gore you. Thumbnail. My baby girl is so spoiled. All right. And the last thing in this box. Now, this is a warmie. Are you familiar with warmies? Do you know what a warmie? Oh, she is coming over trying to get to this. This reminded me of the Aflac duck. Aflac. It's a weighted duck, heavily weighted duck. It is a warmie. You put this in the no, get back. She's putting it on the box trying to get to it. You put this in the microwave, heat it up. Now, depending on your microwave, and it gives you instructions on here, depending on the microwave, you put it in for either 30 seconds or a maximum 60 seconds. I have a high intensity microwave, so it'll go in for 30 seconds. It warms all this up in the bottom so that they can snuggle with something that feels warm, just like a baby. Nothing on here will hurt. Let's see. Maximum time. 60 to 800 watt, you do 90 seconds. 850 to 1000 watt, you do 60 seconds. Well, my machine is a 1200 watt, so I'm only going to do 30 seconds in mine. Only heat if it's been at room temperature. Warning, heat only in a microwave oven. Adults should operate the microwave oven. Do not overheat. Inspect it regularly. Discard if worn or damaged. Clean only in accordance with instructions. Everything is right here on these tags. And these tags are microwave safe. They're like a silky type cloth, right? Avoid prolonged direct contact with the skin. Do not ingest contents. Not suitable for individuals with poor circulation, diabetes and sensitive skin, millet or lavender allergies. So when you heat this up, oh, I can smell it. I didn't realize that, guys. Oh, this smells like lavender. She's going to love this. Something tells me she's going to love this even if it's not heated up. She's trying to climb across the big box on the floor to get to it. So I'm going to take the tag off and I'm going to see what she does. Because I'm okay with her having it even if it's not heated up. It's going to make me sneeze. Sorry. Ah. Yeah, I'm a 2 sneezer. I'm not a 3 sneezer. Okay, there's the duck. Quack, quack. The duck, before I give it to her. $29.95. Quack. I do that too well, don't I? $29.95. I got her for $7. That's a great deal. And my baby girl is looking at this thing like it's food. Where are you, little girl? She's down there. Is this what you want? She does love her stuffies. A couple of you emailed me and said, I would love to send something to Nala. What can I send her? Anything stuffed that doesn't have eyes, nose, and things she can pick off. It has to have sewn on. Like these are all sewn on. There's nothing protruding. There's nothing she can like pluck off. Threads only, safe inside, any size. She's happy. Okay, we're going to get into the big box on the floor, which will be box number 4. And wait till you see what comes out. Hold on. Okay. Woo! There is a lot in here, but may surprise you. We pull out the first couple of things. Ta-da! Candy sticks. These are wire bases, so they won't break, but they're sturdy enough. You can't really bend them to shape them, but they're sturdy enough to hold even in the wind. Foam, foam, covered very nicely. So I've got 1, 2, 3. The whole idea with these is I may use zip ties, put stakes in the ground along the front of the house or along like the front where the flower garden is, and use the stakes to hold these in the ground and then just zip tie this to the stakes. These will go out front for Christmas decor. Hi. Aren't they the coolest thing? And they're very velvety. You could use these inside or outside. They're very, very soft and velvety. I'm not worried if they get rained on or if they, are exposed to the weather. I'm fine with that. Why? Because these run $11.99 each for one. $12 for one. $35.97 for all 3 of these. But I got all 3 of these for a total of $5. Not $5 a piece. $5 for the bundle of all 3. So I saved roughly $31 on this. Guys, that's the kind of savings you want, because guess what? That covered my shipping. Isn't that an amazing deal? Okay. Next. Not for Her Highness. Mushroom. Christmas mushroom. For the sofa. Just a little extra pillow. This is a nice big mushroom from top to bottom. It's about 15 inches. On its widest point, it's about 11 inches, not quite 12 inches. Down here, this is 6 inches across. This part is a really nice corduroy. Can you see that? It's actually a cream colored corduroy. And then it's very fluffy and soft. The whole thing is just big, stuffed mushroom pillow. $24.99 this sells for. I got it for $3. Yeah, another great steal. Very unique. Absolutely love this. Why am I going to put this on the couch? Do you notice something about the shape of it? This is going to be a knee pillow for me, where I can lay it this way between my knees, and it will keep my hip level when I'm reclining on the couch. As us ladies get older, our spine, our hips, and it's not the bones, it's the muscles get pulled and in a twist, so to speak. I found using something as a knee pillow keeps that from happening. So this is my Christmas knee pillow. Really cool, right? Very cool. Love these deals that I'm getting. All right, I got to put this over here because I'm running out of space on that side. Okay. For the baby girl, I got her own, what do you call these? Snow globes? Yeah. Snow globe is not a snow globe. This sells for $8.99. I got it for $3. And it says Happy Holidays. Howl, Howl. And it's got the little gingerbread man on the back. You see the back side of him is plain. The front side of him is if you were looking through the snow globe. Pretty cool. No squeaky. Oh, it does have a squeaky. He doesn't react to squeakies. Probably a good thing, because then she won't be tearing this apart to try to get to the squeakies. Snow globe for my girl. $8.99. Got it for $3. So she has a Christmas toy in addition to, what did I show you the other day? The gingerbread toy that I had gotten for her. All right. This is for me. This is, how to explain this? This can sit on a shelf, like Elf on a Shelf. It can sit on a ledge, or it can sit on the floor to hold your door open, because this is a weighted reindeer. Look at this. This is a good size reindeer. And it's weighted in the butt, in the bottom, so it will sit on something, on anything. Very nicely made. Nice little fleecy type jacket on it. It's got the cute little scarf. And yes, you can adjust the scarf any way that you want to, because the scarf is attached in the back, but not attached in the front. Again, nothing that if it should hit the floor, there's absolutely nothing that the dog could pop off. There's no little buttons or noses or knobs or anything like that. Cute, soft little plushy ears. Very, very soft plushy ears. Cute little sparkly pair of shorts. Isn't that adorable? And then, of course, the little boots. So I don't know if this is going to sit on the back of the couch. It can for right now. Or if it'll sit up on a shelf, or if I use it to hold the door open if we have a warmer day. But this dude typically sells for $19.99. $20 at most places, and $29 at others, according to the tag that's on here. So I'm going to say $20 to $29. Let's take the lower end of $20, but I got him for $3. That's a great steal. $3. No, he's not for you, so you can stop staring at him. That's why I'm thinking he probably won't go on the floor, because she will go after anything that looks like a stuffed animal. She thinks everything is for her. All right, couple more things. This one is for me. Now, when I moved from upstate New York to Arizona, I had hired movers to help do the packing. Well, unfortunately for me, they didn't do a great job with a lot of my ceramic things, and quite a few things got broken. One of the things that got broken was my grandmother's antique mixing bowl, and it was a big, big ceramic bowl. It had been made in Sweden. She'd had it for years. I mean, I grew up with her using that bowl. And then it got passed to mom, and mom used the bowl, and then it got passed to me. That bowl was 70 years old, if not more. When I was unpacking, the bowl was shattered. And I cried. I was just heartbroken. I was heartbroken. But that's what happens when you hire people to pack for you. If you don't do your own packing, everything made it from Arizona to Alabama intact, but not everything made it from New York to Arizona based on the company that I had hired. So when I saw this come up, this huge bowl, I saw this thing come up and I said, you know what? I have to have this bowl. Now, this bowl runs, just so you know, anywhere from $24.99 to $44.99, depending on where you get it. This is a huge bowl. Big, huge ceramic bowl. Christmas pattern on the inside. This is seriously 4 quarts, if not 5 quarts. Does it say? This is made in Spain. So it's an international bowl, just like the bowl that my grandmother had. But it's absolutely beautiful. No chips, no nicks, no nothing. Average price $44.98 for this. I got this bowl for $4. Now, nothing can replace the sentiment behind my grandmother's bowl, but her bowl was always my dough bowl. Dough bowl. It was always the bowl that I used when I was making my dough for chicken and dumplings, or when I was making my dough for pies, or if I was making my dough for anything, because it was deep and the flour, only came like halfway up. I didn't have messy counters or anything like that. And I missed having that big bowl. Now I have the big bowl. And yes, I have a place to start. So not to worry. But it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that pattern. You can see why this would easily cost almost $45. Yeah. Even at the low end, even at the very, very lowest price of like $24.99, and me getting it for $4, still a savings, guys. You have to stick around. You're gonna find the bargains if you wait and watch. Deals like this are gonna come up. Odd thing was, one other person swiped at the same time I did, so my bid ended up at $4, and I was ready to swipe again. I wanted this bowl. I didn't care if I had to pay $10 for it. I wanted that bowl. But nobody else came in on the bid, so I got it for $4. You gotta watch. Right. Last thing in here, a body pillow. Now this is a little bit shorter. This is made in Portugal. Hold on, let me turn the sticker around here. Hold on. Okay. Made in Portugal. This body pillow, trying to show you the tag, $29.99. Has a zippered cover so that you can take it off and wash it. There's your zipper. And inside is in another cover. So you're not going to have the innards of the pillow coming out. Well, this body pillow, this is for Miss Nala. she's kind of hogged my body pillow in the bed. And I haven't had it. I've been using her as a body pillow because she'll get right up against my back. She grabs my body pillow that I had on the side and she hugs it like this, puts her back up against my back. I'm like, okay, I guess she thinks everything is hers. It is, mostly. This big body pillow, as I said, right? This one, $29.99, but compare it at a maximum of $42 right there. So other than wherever this came from, and I don't remember if this was Target or not, anywhere from $30 to $42 for this. And I got it for $3. I'm pretty happy with that. $3 for a nice big body pillow with a washable cover? Heck yeah. Okay. In case I didn't tell you, this big box that I just opened with all the Christmas stuff, the bowls, the stuffies, yes, mostly Christmas things in there. All of that came from a stream on September 30th. I received it on October 6th. So it'd been sitting here for more than a month and I had to get it out because I have other boxes that came in from a couple of new shops. And yes, of course, more from our famous regular shops like, I'm not going to tell you. Not Temu. I have not pulled the trigger on going back to Temu yet. I'm still watching. I'm looking at the feedback. I'm communicating with other YouTubers that do Temu to find out, that are in the US, to find out exactly how things are going with them, any improvements, what are the pitfalls, what are the changes. I'm getting mixed information, so I'm still not ready to pull the trigger on that. But I'm finding so much at Whatnot, and I'm saving so much at Whatnot, and I'm hearing from you guys that you're saving so much at Whatnot, and that you love their refund without return policy. You're loving the savings that you can get on the items, how quick the shipping is and everything comes to you, the variety that you get. I think I've done close to 20 shops so far. Check my community post, click on my profile picture on YouTube and go into where it says posts or community. And you'll see the post where I list out the Whatnot shops that I have reviewed, or the Whatnot shops that you have. And I've put them in there so that you know where to go. Like Hey Rosalie, kids' clothes, bamboo material, great prices. Miss Tanya, absolutely wonderful to deal with. Brenda's Blingy Treasures. Brenda does her paparazzi jewelry. Melissa the Cheap Chick. She's on Whatnot, Poshmark, eBay, YouTube. She's all over the place. So check out all the different stores that I review for you. But SuperBuys still gets 5 stars. Shipping speed and packing, absolutely. Price of the items and price of the shipping. The savings that I get on one item, the savings on that sweater and on these other items, more than covered the shipping. And SuperBuys breaks down their shipping, so you're not paying the full $9.21 up front. You pay a little more than half of it for the first order, your first bid, and then you pay the rest on the second bid, and then you're into free shipping until you hit 5 pounds worth of items. These things may look big, but they didn't add up to, any particular package did not add up to 5 pounds. So that was excellent. Communication, as always, is top notch. Variety and presentation. Hello. And I like that the ladies, Bree and Germany, take their time showing you something, and they're very forthcoming. Both of them. If there's something wrong with it, you're going to know about it. Even after I had won the bid on this $125 sweater, It was right after the bidding ended that Germany spotted the mark. She goes, oh no, there's a stain on here. Okay, I'm going to see if we can clear it out. And if we can't clean it up, I'll let you know. So that she gave me the option if I wanted to cancel my bid because she found that flaw after the auction. And I sent her a message separately. I said, I don't care if you can't get it out. I will get it out or get it to the point where it's not noticeable. So I still want it. Don't cancel my bid. Seriously? $4 for a $125 item? Yeah. Oh, guys, thumbs up, right? Hey, it is important that you hit that like button because when you hit like and then you hype or you share, that's what gets all of the videos that you like to watch. It gets them out into the algorithm so that YouTube will recommend them. So likes are very important for getting videos seen, right? And remember, you can watch at least 1/10 of each video on a different device. 10 minutes on this device, finish watching another device, that counts as 2 views. The views are also what gets my channel monetized so that I can bring you these different products, these different savings, show you these deals, introduce these shops to you, pre-screen them. Basically, I'm taking the hit for you guys, all right, to let you know good, bad, indifferent, right? What do they say? The good, bad, and the ugly? I'm going to do everything I can to let you know. So definitely do the thumbs up and definitely do the hype. Even if you're not going to hit that share button, hit that hype button. You get 3 hypes a week. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, or if you would you please consider subscribing and or making sure that you have not been unsubscribed. I have lost 30 subscribers. That's a lot for a tiny channel like me. I was almost at 4,000 and now I'm barely at 3,950. So it's important that you make sure that you hit that subscribe button and you keep yourself subscribed to all your favorite channels, not just this one. Yes, you're going to get to see more of Miss Nala. Yes, she's spoiled. She's doing great. We have had almost a solid month in the house by the time you're seeing this. And in a matter of just the first couple of weeks, she knows all her commands. She knows the do's and don'ts within the house. Her appetite has stabilized. She's been to the vet for her first visit, and I will give you an update on that probably in, if I haven't already, it'll be in a recent video somewhere around this one. I'll give you the update on that. She is loving wearing her hoodies and her sweaters that she has. She is thoroughly enjoying putting on her pajamas every night and getting ready for bed. She actually lets out a sigh when you put on her pajamas and she lays down and she goes, and then she closes her eyes. I'm pulling things together to do the video for her, and I haven't released it yet simply because I'm capturing so much. I'm capturing how she does on her walks and how she's doing with the yard that's being fenced in, and watching her dream, watching her lay on her bed with her little feet moving and her tail wagging like crazy and her being sound asleep with a big smile on her face. That does me good, right? I'm hoping that happy sleep dream is now because she's happy in her forever home. So I've been recording that. I've been trying to record her doing her morning roll outside. Some days she'll want to roll in the grass. Other days she'll want to roll in the sand. She hasn't quite learned yet that she gets a bath when she rolls in the sand. But I'm trying to capture all sorts of different things, different expressions, just basic stuff. Her riding the car, her looking out the window. So you can get an idea of what life is like for Nala now that she's in her forever home with her forever mommy, right? Hopefully that'll help. So stay hydrated. Above all else, please stay sweet. And you will see me, and probably her, pretty soon in another video. Just a couple of days, right? Can you wait? You can wait, right? You'll be back. Okay, I'll leave the door open and the lights on. Bye.